Hello again, welcome to the PHP 101 Screencast with me, Phil, from BHSO Web Design. And today I'm going to talk to you about if statements. Now, if I was going to bring up the php.net website, which anyone can go to, and look up PHP, it'll tell you that the if construct is one of the most important features of many languages. What an if statement allows you to do is ask your script a question, and the answer will either be a yes or a no. Okay, so they've shown a brief demo of it just here, where they're saying if A is bigger than B, then the answer would possibly, I'm guessing, be yes. Then it is to do this, which in this case would be say to the person A is bigger than B. I'll show you my demo of what I'm going to do for you. I've just got a simple drop down menu just here. Inside I've got two options, a female or male, and select, but ignore that one. So, and what it'll do is if someone selects that they're male and submits it, it brings up this image with the male section coloured in, and as you can imagine with the female one, it does the opposite. So let's get started on this. Just to say to you again, I'm using a local server. I'm using this WAMP, which stands for Windows Apache MySQL PHP. It's a very easy to install development environment. It is just an exe install. You run it, fill in a couple of options that it said and questions it asks you, and that's it. You're up and running. You have a full-on PHP, MySQL, and Apache server running on your Windows PC. There is a version for Mac, which is MAMP. Similar thing as far as I'm aware, it's just whatever the Mac version of an exe to install it. Is it an OS? Oh, it comes in a zip form. The Mac version comes in two different versions. There's a standard version and then there's a pro version which you have to pay for. The only real differences is with the pro version is that you can put on local domain names on your LAN and so on and so forth. And then there is a version for Linux as well, which is LAMP, or that's the only name I've been able to find for it, which is Linux Apache MySQL PHP. You install that using the sudo get app install blah blah blah, and that will do the same thing as WAMP. Gives you a full-on testing server. Okay, so close them and let's go on with it. As before, I'm going to be using Notepad++, and I've got a folder here with everything in it that I need. Right, what I'm going to do is though, I'm just going to open this up in Notepad++, and I'm literally, oh, that's an old one that is, or is that a new one? Huh, it's already come up with it for some reason. I'm not going to argue. Let me just drag the PHP in there for you. Right. I'm not going to bother going through typing up all the HTML. Okay, I'm just going to talk through what is there. I'm just going to quickly just delete out that PHP, and we'll come back to it in a moment. So in the HTML, I literally have just got a form set up using the method of post, which if you see my last screencast, you know there's two major ways of sending form information. One's post, one's get. I'm using post just because I think it's a little bit cleaner. The people don't necessarily need to see the information coming up in the address bar. If you're using a form like this and you're going cross browsers, like to different servers, different sites, then it would be advised to use get. Post is best to work internally in the server. Okay, sometimes it will work across domain names, sometimes it won't. It's a bit hit and miss on that one, so best play it safe and use get if you're going across different servers. Anyway, so I'm posting the action to answer.php, and then I've literally just got a simple selection menu with the name of gender and three options, which is select, female and male, and I've given the selector value 0, female, male, and then just a simple submit button. Now you may be wondering why I've done a value of 0 on select, partly because you have to give it a value, but also because I'll show you later on in the screencast you can use this value to do some bits in the code in case someone submits the form with nothing in it. Okay, so let me just check for now. Firstly, it should just be going to, yeah, nothing coming up at all. So it's all good. So let's go on with it then. On to the PHP. What I'm going to do is firstly open my PHP tag. Okay, and then close it again after. Then I'm going to get hold of the information that's sent to the script, and I'm going to put it into a string of gender, and I'm going to use the superglobal of the post superglobal to get hold of the information that's sent, and I can type in. Okay, so now I've got hold of the information. Now what I want to do with it? Well, I'm going to ask it, what did the person say? So I'm going to say if, and this is where the statement comes in, and in brackets you pose the question. So if string gender equals, now you notice I've done two equal signs next to each other. That means it must absolutely equal the answer that I am giving it to look for. So equals male. Okay, and then I put these brace brackets in, or curly brackets. There's various different names for them. I think the names actually are braces. Now, just to describe the structure here, I'm saying I'm posing a question by using this if. This is the question. So I'm saying if the information you got says male, then do this. Okay, this is if the answer is true, then do anything that is in here. Okay, so I'm going to put simply, if the person has said that they're male, I'm going to echo out an image source dot / images / male p. Okay, so now if I save this, what should happen now when I run this script is, if I go to it, if I say female, it'll do nothing. If I say male, it'll come up with this picture. So that is answering the question. I've asking it, has the person said they're male? If so, display this image. If they've said something else, just ignore them. Don't give them an answer. Okay? Now, before, as you've seen before, when someone selected female, then the female option was lighting up. The way I was doing that is using what's known as an else statement. Okay? And what an else does is, or else does, is if the answer is no to this question, it says, well, okay then, if that's not true, you know, if it's a 0, wrong, then do this instead. So where you do that is straight after this braces bracket, just put else, then open another set of braces. Okay, and in here it's if the answer is no, then do anything here. Okay, so what I'm going to do in that case is echo out an image source equals female, get it typed in right, .jpg, and if I save that now, it should give me two options. Okay, So if I go back, if I said male, then the first part of the statement is true, and it displays that image. Okay. Now if I go back and select female, it's displaying the female image, and that's because it's saying, did they say they're male? No. Then okay, then display this image. Now obviously what will happen at the moment is, if I go back and select and submit that, it's still going to display the female. Okay. This is because the question is still have they said that they are male. Okay. I'm not saying to it, have they said they're male? No. Have they said they're female? No. You know, do this kind of thing. But we can do that, and the way we do that is, if I go back to this else statement here and just change that to else if, open another set of brackets, and we'll do another set of brackets, and then go string gender absolutely equals female, then do this. So if the answer is female, then do anything here. So save that. What should happen now? If I press select, nothing happens. If I press female, female comes up. If I press male, male comes up. So now we've counteracted someone coming to the page and just accidentally clicking submit and not thinking. What we could even do further on from that is, where we could answer this question of the else if, have they said they are female, we can then put another else statement after that, and in that case what we can do is a header, location, URL http /. Now I'm just trying to remember if this is correct. I've got a feeling it might not be, and this may not work. There's only one way to find out. Actually, it might just be location that. Let's give this a try. So what should happen is, select female, comes up with that. Select male, comes up with that. If you just click select by accident, it reverts you to Google. Oh, I got it right. That's always a good sign. So now you can see what's going on is, we're saying we're getting hold of the answer that they have sent through from this selection box in this page. Okay. And then we're turning around and saying, getting the script to say, right, did this person say that they were male? Yes, they did. Okay, display the male image. If they didn't, then we ask it another question. Else if, did the person say they were female? If they did, okay, then display this image. If they didn't, then it goes on to this next section of else, in which case we just redirect them to Google. Right, and that is a brief introduction to if, and else statements. You will find yourself using these statements all of the time in PHP scripting. It's a very fundamental part of writing any code language. End of the day, I mean, there's I believe there's if statements in jQuery, in JavaScript, in C++, in C, in Xcode. Virtually any scripting language has this form of this if statement. It's very useful. Bear in mind, it's basically noughts and ones, the answer that comes back. You know, I mean, there is slight variations that you can make to this. Things like, we can say, if I get rid of this bit at the bottom here, and get rid of that, and then I get rid of this bit and just turn it into a standard else statement. Oh, messed that up then. One of the things you can do is where I put this double equal sign, I can put an exclamation mark, equal sign. Now what we're saying is, did the person's answer, if it doesn't equal male, then do whatever here, otherwise do over here. Now what this will do, just because I haven't changed these images around, if the person says they are female, submits it, it'll come up saying they're male. And if they say they're male and submits it, it comes up saying they're female. Now you can see we've basically reversed the question round. We're not saying is the answer to this question true or false. We're saying, you know, is the answer false? Okay, then do this. Is the answer true? Okay, do this. Just by putting in that exclamation mark instead of the double equals, we've managed to change the way this script works. Anyway, that's it for this week. Make sure you get over to check out my website, which is bhsowebdesign.com. It is still a bit of work in progress, but I do have available these videos to watch. There is a blog. It's taking some time to load today for some reason. Here we go. There is the videos. I've got my blog going on, which has more introduction to PHP. Also do have templates for sale if anyone wants to sidestep some of the development stage of their own personal site, and also my portfolio, so you can check out some of the sites that I have made. Right, I'll hopefully see you next time. Hopefully it won't be too long till the next screencast, but until then, be well and bye bye.